Hey, Matt Morris at mattmorris.com. Thank you for tuning in. It is Wednesday before New Year's, and thought I'd record really a two-part series. I'm going to record this video today, and then on Friday, I'm going to send you out part two. I'm going to go ahead and record part two now, and then I'll send it out on Wednesday. And this is one of my favorite times of year because it's an opportunity to plan out next year. And, you know, this is something that I've done, been very focused on for a good 15 years of my life. And it's one of the reasons why I believe personally I've had the kind of success that I have. It's because I've been very intentional on where I'm headed in life. And unfortunately, I think most people just, they're like a ping pong ball in the ocean. They just kind of float around. They live reactively. And it's no surprise. That's also why most people never really live up to the potential that God has for them. And, you know, they just live a life of lack. And I'm excited about living a life of abundance. It's something I'm super committed to. And I just want to let you in on my process. Now, this is a process, again, I've been doing for 15 years. And over the years, I've continued to refine the process. I've gotten a little more insight on what's really important. And, you know, you could call it goal setting. It's game planning. It's action planning for the year. And what I'm going to do on Friday, on New Year's Eve, is I'm going to send you my goal setting process. I'm going to, you know, kind of open up my goal book here, and this is several pages, two-sided, going through all the different goals that I have. And so I'm going to let you in on the next video on exactly how I do that. But what I want to talk about today is something that I think is more important than the goal setting process. The goal setting process works because of what I'm going to talk to you about today. Now, here's what I believe is true. I believe your outer world is always a reflection of your inner world. That's just the reality. See, if you're experiencing lack in your outer world, if that's what's showing up, you've got some lack going on in your inner world. If you have drama going on in the outside world, typically you've got drama going on in the inside world. If you're having a lot of success in the outer world, if that's what's showing up for you, you've got a lot of success in the inner world. And so I believe you need to focus on the inner game first. So the question is, how do you do that? Do you just go out and read a bunch of books? Yes, you should definitely go read books. Should you go to seminars? Yes, you should go to seminars. Should you listen to personal development and business development type stuff? Yes, I believe you should definitely do that. But you also, I think, need a little more specifics. And I'm just going to give you some of my specifics. And this is what I go through. In fact, this is some of what I go through on a daily basis. See, what I've got here, I printed out this for you guys. I have it on my phone. I read through it every day on my phone. Every single day, I read through who I am. This is who Matt Morris is. And I will tell you, these are, you call them affirmations. You know, Tony Robbins, he says affirmations don't work. You have to call them incantations. You read them with enthusiasm. And so, yes, that helps, right? But these are my affirmations. These are who I am. And so here's the whole point of doing this. If I were to ask you, who are you? Who are you? What is your answer to me? And unfortunately, most people, if I were to say, who are you? You're going to say things like, well, I am a, whatever your job is. I'm a carpenter, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. You might say, I'm a father, I'm a mother. You might say, I'm a husband, I'm a wife. All great things, but unfortunately, those are very average things. There's millions of other people who do that. There's nothing really that unique about those things. And so this is the question, have you ever really taken the time to decide who you're going to be? Who do you ultimately want to be? And that's what the affirmation is all about. And I don't have time. We're not going to go through the whole psychology of the subconscious mind and things like that. But the bottom line is we become what we say we are. And Brian Tracy, he said, never say anything about yourself that you don't want to become true. Now, why would he say that? He said that because everything you say about yourself makes it more true. So if you say, I'm an idiot, guess what? You become more of an idiot. If you say, I'm shy, you become more shy. If you say, I'm not very smart, guess what? You become a little less smart. But on the other hand, if you were to say something like, I'm a genius, guess what? That's going to affect your subconscious. It's going to affect your identity, and you're going to show up more like a genius every time you say it. And so I have been very diligent in deciding who I am and who I want to be. Now, when I read through some of these affirmations, some of them, I don't really feel like I'm that person yet, if I'm being really honest with you. In fact, some of the things that I'm saying that I earn over $1 million per month, I'll tell you right now, I'm not earning $1 million per month. I'm on that journey. But see, if I want to earn $1 million a month, here's what I believe is true, is I have to become the person in here and in here that is the type of person who earns over $1 million a month. You have to become the person first before you can ever have the results. And so just a handful, I'm not going to read them all, but just a handful. I'm addicted to working out every day. My family and I share a profound love. I'm a hero to my children. I'm a genius and I apply my wisdom. I can't wait to get out of bed in the morning and attack the day. My life is an exciting adventure. I'm one of the greatest speakers in the world. I constantly achieve my goals. I am super daddy. I easily earn over $1 million per month. I'm in perfect health and filled with energy. I have a crazy ability to remember names. I'm fun and people love being around me. Every year, I personally mentor entrepreneurs to become millionaires. I'm the motivator to the motivators. I'm one of the most competent men in the world. So I can go on and on and on. I just wanted to read through a few to give you an idea of what I've done to create who I am. And so if you want to ultimately become, your ultimate self, you better figure out what your ultimate self is. So figure that out. Create those statements of who you are. And then do what I do. Every single day I read through them. And, we could argue psychology all day long, but here's what happens to me is the more I read those, the more that I feel like I become those. And so I think that is one of the most important things because listen, you can set goals all day long. You want to earn $100,000 a year, $500,000, $1 million a year. But if you don't really believe that's who you are, it's going to be very hard, if not impossible, for you to ever actually achieve that goal. You've got to become it first and then the results will manifest. And so that's one. And then here's something as I'm looking at my, my goal book here. I've got a lot of different goals. And, the first thing I have on the first page is my core purpose. See, achieving my goals is exactly in line with what the purpose of my life is. And I can tell you the purpose of my life is to constantly grow myself to achieve God's highest calling for my life. See, what I believe is true is that God gives us unlimited potential. That's His gift to us. Our gift to God is living up to that potential. And so by recording videos like this, by reading books, by attending seminars, by learning and growing, guess what? I'm growing myself to achieve God's highest calling. So that's something that I'm doing on a daily basis. Every single day, I'm achieving my purpose. My purpose, it's to make a positive impact in the lives of millions of people. So I'm on that path, right? It's exactly in line with what I do on a daily basis with these videos, with my blog, with building my organization within my network marketing company. It's to seek out amazing experiences, peak experiences and adventures around the world. So, I have a big need for adventure, excitement, variety, to go see the world, to make life the most that it can possibly be. And so by having that as part of my purpose and I read it every day, then obviously I'm more likely to go out and make that a reality. It's to create a legacy of multi-generational love, success, wealth, and contribution for my family. It's to live life vicariously through myself, and it's to be a hero to my children. And so, that empowers me, that excites me. I love reading that, and it's in line with what I'm doing. See, with what I do, with my career, with building my network marketing organization, with providing value to the network marketing profession, it's not work for me. It's not work at all. It fuels me. See, we have been blessed this year to be able to get into a situation where our investment income through real estate and other things alone is quite a bit more than the average income, for most Americans. So we could never work again, and income-wise, we'd be just fine. We don't have to work. I do it because I love it. It's part of my purpose. So do I want to retire? No, I never want to retire. I want to keep doing this forever because it fuels me. It excites me. And then the last thing that I'll encourage you to do, and this is something I go really deep into a program that I have, but it's going through what your core values are. So what are the values that you live by on a daily basis? And by simply having a set of core values that you live by, and having this where you can see it all the time. In fact, I've got it right on my computer here. I've got my core values. I've got my daily absolutes, the things that I do every single day. I've got it right on my computer. So I'm seeing it all the time. And so with these values, it's a constant reminder to live my life based on these character values. And so one, it's peacefulness. And I'll tell you why I created that value. You don't necessarily create the value that is you in your current state, because right now you may be depressed. And if that's the biggest value, if that's the thing that you're living on a daily basis is depression, that is a value you want to stay away from. So put down something that's more aspirational. And so something that will happen for me from time to time, what I experienced over the past year is a little bit of overwhelm. And when I have so many different things going on, an organization, 450,000 people around the world, my travel schedule flew over 150,000 miles this year, got a lot going on, a lot of people I'm mentoring, a family with 3 children, and investment interests all over the place. I mean, there's a lot going on, so the stress sometimes will affect me. And so the number one value that I chose, that I'm focused on for this year, is peacefulness, okay? Harmony. It's no matter what's coming at me, I can be peaceful no matter what. So that's a value that if I'm not peaceful, then I have trouble living any of the other values. One of my other values, fitness and vitality. That's one of my top values, because if I don't take care of myself, I don't have the energy, I don't have the vitality to go out and serve people the way that I know I really can go serve people. Happiness, love, gratitude, service to others, intelligence, learning and growth, achievement, adventure, contribution, creativity. There's a lot of values down here. But the whole point is I've got those in front of me, so I know every single day the way I'm supposed to live. And I can look back at the end of the day, and what I typically do is I'll review my goals before I go to bed at night, and I'll also review my core purpose and my core values, and I can take analysis. I can say, you know what, did I really live by those? Where did I fall short? And I can make corrections the next day. So what happens is, by having that constant self-analysis, I'm able to grow myself every single day. And you know what? I'm excited to do that, because that's part of the core purpose of my life. It's to constantly grow myself to achieve God's highest calling for me. So listen, what we'll do on the next video on Friday, I'm going to go through my goal setting process. I'll let you in on what I've done over the last 15 years and what I've kind of refined over the last few years. And I just hope it can serve you and add a lot of value. So I want to make next year the absolute best year of your life. It's something that I am completely committed to. In 2016, I'm going to serve you in a much greater way than I've ever served you, absolutely for free in a lot of occasions. And so that's my whole purpose. If I can give a ton of value to you and allow you to help you live a better life, then that's going to serve me in a big way. So appreciate you tuning in. If you feel like this can add some value to others, I want you to share this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my newsletter, hop over to mattmorris.com. Put your name and email address in. You'll get a special video series that I recorded. It's 5 free videos on how to go from amateur to professional. It's basically how I've been able to build a network marketing organizations of over 1 million people over the last 20 years. You'll get a ton of value from that. And so love to hear your comments below. What I want to hear from you specifically in the comments below is give me 2 or 3 values that you're committed to living in 2016. I want to hear some of your values below. Type those in. I will definitely read every single post. Thank you so much. Go make life an adventure.